Welcome to another episode of Smart Remarks. I'm your host, Mark Impress Preston. Week 5 of the NFL season. A lot's happened already. A lot more is going to happen this week with a lot of key matchups around the league. Without further ado, let's get this thing kicked off. So what did we learn from week 4 in the NFL season? Well, we learned that Joe Banner, Mike Lombardi, the guys in the Cleveland Brown front office actually may know what they're doing, and their plan may turn this Cleveland Brown franchise around. They're in first place at 2-2 after trading their best player a couple of weeks ago. Another thing we've learned is that things are pretty leery in Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, New York, Tampa, all these winless teams. A lot of pressure is coming your guys' way week in and week out the more you guys lose. So I don't know whoever wants to join that Detroit Lion team that went 0-16, but there's a couple of candidates that are itching to take their names out of infamy. Okay, now for my high five. At number 5, I have the New England Patriots. I don't know how Belichick and Brady are going to keep doing it. Still no Amendola. Still no Gronk. They lost Vince Wilfork. Let's see how the Patriot way continues to go through the different opponents and obstacles that they're going to face in this NFL season. At number 4, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid, and his new team keeps stomping his old foes and teams from the NFC East. At number 3, I have Who Dat Nation, the New Orleans Saints. With a lot of injuries on defense, they still can make enough plays to give that wonderful offense of theirs opportunities to put points on the board and win football games. At number 2 and number 1 remain unchanged. Seattle, impressive win over the Texans, gutsy effort by the defense and Russell Wilson. And at number 1, the Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning, 16 touchdowns, no interceptions. I don't know if they're going to run the table and win the Super Bowl, but as a football fan, you have to appreciate the moment of what he's doing at the quarterback position right now. It's nothing like we've ever seen since probably Tom Brady in 2007 when he had the 50 touchdown pass season. Okay, now for some smart picks. Last week, I went 7-9. It was a tough week, but hopefully we can bounce back because I only have 13 weeks to regain my rightful spot at number 1 in my league as champion and ultimate prognosticator. So, I'm going to make the same mistakes I did last week. Some of the matchups I find interesting. The New Orleans Saints are going to go on the road to play the Chicago Bears. I'm going to pick the Chicago Bears. So, Jay Cutler, I'm trusting you once again to hopefully you have a bounce back game for me there in the elements, outdoors. Also, the Seattle Seahawks travel to Indianapolis. Now, Matt Schaub screwed me last week and the Texans overall as a team. But Indianapolis is a very tough, physical team coached by Chuck Pagano. Andrew Luck is a lot smarter and a lot better than Matt Schaub. So, I trust Indianapolis will stop Seattle next week in Indy. And the last game I'm going to pick is Kansas City stays undefeated. They're going to go to Tennessee and play a little sweet music of their own and go to 5-0. Well, that does it here at Smart Remarks. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this week's episode. The government may shut down, but they can never shut us down here at Smart Remarks. So we're going to take a knee here and see you next week.